today's video, we're gonna be searching for the elusive sea monster. My brothers have seen them lurking about before, but we've never gotten them on video. That's why for the next 24 hours, we're gonna be exploring the Bahamas on this boat right here. From the top of the Bahamas all the way to the bottom, trust me, if there's a sea monster, we're gonna find him. So there's only one thing left to do.
Hey Franklin, let's go, time's a ticking. Get on the boat, you're gonna be late.
Yeah, come on, RAWWFishing. Yeah, we're gonna be late.
Well, if we're looking for a sea monster, we need to head to Turtle Beach.
Apparently at Turtle Beach, people are known for taking videos of giant sharks trying to eat all of the baby turtles. So we have all of this chum and we're gonna start taking all of this juice and start throwing it out there. We wanna see if we could attract the predators. So inside of this little container is a bunch of nasty, stinky chum. But honestly, I think the turtles love it. Oh, that's so cool. Whoa, look at this one. It's a little baby sea turtle. How freaking cool is that? Bye, buddy, thank you. Oh wait, what's that? What the heck is that thing? Oh, look at that! Whoa! Yo, that was a giant stingray. Oh, what is that? What is that fish right there? Oh my God, look, he's right here. Oh, I got him! I got him! Look at that! Look at that! Ah! Yo, this thing's huge! Woo! Bring him to the back of the boat. We gotta do surgery real quick. Look at that. So this right here was our hook, just like that. Got that thing out of there. And then there's actually another hook inside of this fish. Look at that. Perfect, we got another hook out of him. So RAWWFishing, it looks like we saved the day and caught this beautiful fish. But look at those giant teeth. Pretty close to a certified sea monster, but I don't think quite as big. Bye, buddy. Whoop. Watch out, Tina. Watch out, he's swimming right towards you. Watch out, he's swimming right towards you. Stop. Woo! Bro, he almost got Tina. But honestly, RAWWFishing, I think Jimbo knows a couple more spots where we could potentially see the sea monster. Jimbo, do you know of any other spots that you've seen a sea monster at?
Yeah, Franklin, I got a spot over by Starfish Island. Let's go check it out.
All right, RAWWFishing, we were just driving over to Starfish Island and we found a giant shark. We're gonna jump on it. Jump! Get him! Alright, RAWWFishing, let's get on the boat and find out what type of sea monster that was. Alright guys, so we're watching the footage back and we think that this is, what do you think that is?
It's a nurse.
Oh yeah, it's a nurse shark. Clear as day, that is a nurse shark right there. That is a very friendly shark. That shark definitely wouldn't have tried to eat the sea turtles. That means we need to keep on looking. Oh look guys, look, there's a starfish. RAWWFishing, we have finally reached Starfish Island. We're gonna go dive in the water and see if we can find a brand new species. Yeah, one right here, I see it. RAWWFishing, look what I found. I found a beautiful starfish. Look at this thing. Oh, another one. They're so heavy. Hey, Jimbo, are these things rare?
Normally the starfish are super rare, but not over here on Starfish Island.
All right, RAWWFishing, you know what that means. We gotta release our new fishy friends. But hey, how cool is that? We found a new species. So we just walked this beach looking for more animals and we found this starfish right here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 prongs. Everybody say goodbye. Bye, buddy. But RAWWFishing, we are on a mission today. You see, there's something massive lurking through the Bahamas right now, eating humans, turtles, and even more sea life. That's why we have to get out of here and keep checking every single island to see if we can see the sea monster.
Some of our pigs have been going missing lately, so we're gonna head over to Pig Island to see what the culprit is.
So we just pulled up to Pig Island and something seems a little fishy. Yesterday we pulled up to this exact island filming a completely different video and some giant pigs came out to greet us. For some odd reason, seems like all of the piggies are gone and no one knows why. We got a whole bunch of cameras all right here, so I'm gonna throw out a bunch of bait and see if the pigs come back to eat it, because that will attract them. That's their favorite food. All right, RAWWFishing, it seems like there's only one thing left to do. We gotta go catch a bunch of fish to make a giant amount of chum, see if we can attract whatever sea monster is eating all of the animals. And now it's game on. We got a massive spear, and we gotta dive in this water to see if we can catch some fish food, or some massive fish, both work. So of course, we hopped in the water, and we started swimming around. Then we found this cool fish, and boom! Yeah, we shot that guy. Oh, and boom again. Shot a big old mutton. Hi, buddy. Bye, boys. Let's go. Got him. Oh. RAWWFishing, we got plenty of fish to use as bait to catch the giant shark. And now we're gonna use this drone right here to fly out all of our baits. We have a giant hook and it's actually attached to this massive size bait. And this right here is the remote and we're actually gonna hook it, whoop, right to our drone. Look at that. See ya! We're gonna go 500 feet out there, and probably the lights will turn off when we catch that big old fish. Alrighty, so we think the bait got picked up. Adam's gonna let me know what happens. This is the moment. What the heck did I get myself into?
Turn the handle.
Raw fan, we got a big one! Now, Raw fan, we've been searching for the sea monster this entire video, and right now we have a shot at catching it, if I can reel this thing in. Some of these things are over 1,000 pounds. Raw fan, matter of fact, these fish are so big, I need someone behind me to hold me so he doesn't drag me in. Raw fam, he's close. We're getting mono, probably about another 150 feet. What is it, Raw fam? Woo! It's a big bull shark, baby! Look at this, Raw fam! This right here is a giant shark. Could be the giant sea monster that we are after. This thing could easily eat a big old sea turtle, or maybe even you when you're swimming at the beach. All right, guys, let's see how long it is. Go all the way down there. How long is it?
About 8'3".
Raw fam, 8.5 foot long. One of my biggest sharks ever. But Raw fam, that freaking shark was only 8.5 foot long. There is clearly sharks out here that are much bigger. We're gonna fly this bait out there and see if this is the sea monster that we're after. Lady! Fish on, fish on, fish on!
This thing's gonna want to fight.
Think so?
Oh yeah, I feel so.
Raw fam, I didn't get 30 seconds after catching that big bull shark until this giant bait got picked up. Remember, we're fishing 6 rods tonight, so hopefully this is the monster 10-foot plus shark we're after. Bull shark! That is a big shark. Get him, get him, get him! Oh yeah! Guys, this right here is a giant bull shark. One of the biggest sharks in the entire ocean. We're trying to get the hook out right now so we get a safe release on this big guy. Now, was that the shark, aka the sea monster we were after? I don't know, it was pretty close. Could that shark right there easily attack a surfer or a fisherman? Oh yeah, 100%. But Raw fan, we are after a 10, 11, 12, 13 foot sea monster tonight. And I'm not gonna stop until I catch him. Raw fan, we got our 3rd shark of the night, real close. Yo, hammer! Whoa! I've always wanted to catch a hammerhead. Yeah, and it looks like it's happening. Hey, let's go! Woo! Yeah? Nice. Take some pictures. Look at this, the hammerhead right here, boys. This is my hammer. Let's go. Woo! Yeah! Hammerhead, baby! Woo! That was epic. Adam, man, thank you so much.
Yes,
wait,
sir.
what's your company's name?
Simplify Outdoors.
If you guys want to go catch some bull sharks and some hammerheads, hit them up. But Raw fan, we call this sea monster, and I couldn't be more happy. But that did remind me that I have my very own pet Jaws at the Raw fam as well. A couple months ago, we actually caught a freshwater shark in one of my videos. And we actually caught him and brought him over to this pond right here, and this is where he lives. But before I show you guys my freshwater sharks, I need to know something. What is the best monster fish? A pond monster or a freaking sea monster? And well, I'd really like to look at the facts. A few videos ago, we actually caught a giant pond monster out of my friend's pond. It actually was like right over there. We had some trappers pull up and we yanked that giant alligator out of the pond, which was so cool, and it was in my friend's backyard. So you know what that means. 1 point for giant pond monsters. But in this video right here, we actually caught a hammerhead shark, and that's why I built this exact replica of the fish we caught. Yo, that is a giant freaking shark. 1 point for sea monsters. So currently it's a draw. 1 point for pond monsters and 1 point for sea monsters. So either this video is gonna be a draw, or we're gonna have to rely on my very own pet shark to uneven the score. And I think Jaws can help us out with that. But before we do that, we're gonna use all of these fish traps right here to catch Jaws some bait. But trust me, we didn't just bring any fish trap. We bought a giant prime bottle fish trap and this epic crayfish trap. And we can't forget the best fish trap of them all, the epic cast net. But before we use the cast net, let's set out all of these other fish traps to see what else is inside of the water. First up, we're gonna be using the prime bottle fish trap, and we have some prime pellets, and it's super simple. Prime pellets in, and now we put the prime trap inside of the water. Just like that. And next I have this epic Lego fish trap. Super simple. More prime pellets in, and then just set it in the water with a rock to hold it down. You can tell I use this spot a lot. I have the rock sitting there waiting for me for my Lego fish trap. And just in case if we don't catch any fish in those traps, I bought a backup. But first, let's add some water to our tank. So inside of this tank right here is where we're gonna put all of the bait that we're gonna feed to our giant pond monster back at the Raw fam, our giant sharks. Remember, a couple videos ago, we caught giant sharks and we put them inside of our freshwater pond, and they've gotten even bigger. So we're gonna make sure that we get some really big baits. But while these fish traps sit, we're actually gonna use the net fish trap, AKA cast net. This is usually our best option 100% of the time. And these net traps are super easy. Just put a little bit in your mouth, then open the net and throw it. Oh, look at that, the fish are coming out of the water. Oh, come on, fishies. There we go, that's some good ones. Those are actually perfect size to feed all of the pond monsters and maybe even the sharks. But these little guys right here, believe it or not, are actually gonna help feed our giant sharks. Whoop, there we go, put them in. All right, we're only gonna need a couple more. So while we go feed all the sharks, we're still gonna let this fish trap sit inside of the water, and we're gonna come back and check it later on in the video. So if you guys wanna see what we caught inside of the prime bottle fish trap, or maybe even the Lego fish trap, make sure you guys keep on watching. Let's go feed Jaws. And if you look in here, we actually have a couple baits. I'm gonna grab that guy out. And my baby shark, Jaws, is actually pretty hungry. Jaws literally sees all the baits in there. Now Jaws is gonna eat this and come flying out of the water. Come on, Jaws, come on. Oh! So you gotta be careful, he will bite your fingers, but this is just one of the sharks that we have at my house. Come on, Jaws, come on. Oh! Yo, it's crazy how high they jump. But I want you guys to notice one thing. If you guys look over there, there's actually one shark that's all the way over there in the corner. Guys, if we're gonna want Prime to actually get a bite, we're gonna have to go back over there, check our Prime fish traps to catch even more bait, because we also have other sharks at the Raw fam as well. And those sharks are actually inside of this aquarium right here. So before we do any of that, we first need to go get a bunch of bait and fill this entire bucket up first so that Jaws doesn't eat all the bait and Prime can get some too. And there we go. We just got a whole bucket of shiners right there. Beautiful baits. That is perfect for my largemouth bass. Now we gotta go check the Prime traps and go back and feed all the monsters. And we gotta see what the heck is inside of our Prime bottle fish trap. Anything? Oh, look at that. We got a little bluegill out of the Prime bottle fish trap. That is perfect. We're gonna put inside of our shiner bucket. Next up is our Lego fish trap. I wonder what we caught. Oh. Anything today? And whole lot of nothing. So now's the moment everybody's been waiting for. Not only are we gonna feed Jaws right here, this crazy little freaking psycho, we're also gonna feed all of the giant sharks in the other aquarium. And that starts with these giant shiners right here. These big shiners are every giant fish's favorite treat, and I'm gonna prove it. Ooh. We also have a couple largemouth bass and tarpon right under my hand. Oh, okay. I think they know what time it is. So we threw a bunch of shiners inside of this pond and all of the fish went crazy. So fish by fish, we were taking all of the shiners out of the bucket and feeding them with our very own hands. And now most of these fish are fat and fluffy. But now is the perfect time to feed all of the sharks. Remember, all of these fish were just the giant catfish, not technically the sharks. Inside of this feeder right here is actually a bunch of koi pellets. And now we're gonna start throwing all of the pellets inside of the pond to see if we can attract the sharks. So if you just pay attention to that big shark right there, that is the albino shark that's gonna come up. Oh, look at him! Hi! And a couple videos back, we actually caught those sharks in a homemade fish trap. Now it's time to go off and feed Jaws and Prime our last couple of shiners. And finally, the moment everybody's been waiting for. Will Jaws and Prime both eventually get to eat? Because Jaws right here, she's a little selfish. Ready? Oof. Okay, now look, Prime right there. Come on, Jaws. Every frickin' bait. Every bait that goes in this pond, I have to throw more than one. It's like unfair. One that way. Oh, he got one. Let's go. Okay. Nice. Okay, oh, this is actually really good because he has not been eating in the last week. Jaws upsets me because he eats every single bait and doesn't let Prime get any. And these baits aren't small, they're huge. And now you guys know why Jaws is a shark. She will eat every single bait inside of this pond, no matter what, even if it makes her throw it up. Thank God Prime was able to eat, but we only have one more question for today's video. What is better, a pond monster or a sea monster? I don't know. Let's go scoop up this fish and find out. Oh! Oh, back up, back up, back up. He's gonna splash you. And that leaves us with the final. Oh, question of the day. What is cooler, a sea monster or a pond monster? And as far as I'm concerned, sea monsters cannot live in ponds. So my freshwater shark takes home the W for us. Woo! What is cooler? Wow. So that means sea monsters 1 point and pond monsters 2 points. But would you have thought anything different? My whole entire backyard is pond monsters. Of course, I'm gonna side with the pond monsters. But first, before we end today's video, let's go back over to Spanish Wells and wrap up today's video with a good old-fashioned Jimbo catch and cook. And now we're inside of the kitchen. As you can see, this is all of our yummy fish. And Jimbo is gonna cook it up.
Are you ready for my secret fish recipe?
Oh, I know I am.
The butter.
Here we go.
It's called the sour orange. Next step is tomato.
Yummy, yummy.
Next step is onion. Tiger sauce. Now we're gonna wrap this baby up. We're gonna put her on the plate with the rest.
And that right there is cooking with Jimbo!
Time to put them on the grill. We're gonna leave these on for 20 minutes.
And this right here is our Bahamian style catch and cook. Let's dig in. We got some Bahamian mac and cheese, Bahamian peas and rice, ceviche, fresh lobster, and then we got all the fresh fish from this morning. And that right there is what is for dinner, all fam. How good does that catch and cook look right there? All right, guys, I just want to do a little round of applause to everybody. We had a great film session in the Bahamas. Raw fam, we love you. We're gonna dig in. This was an amazing trip.